Peltier, the only race leader in car 816, followed by Scott Fowl. Ron Lordy in the black Mustang. Hank Stickney Jr. moving up in car 32. Then it's Gary Kimball and Ron Charbonneau. Al Peltier out front in car 816, followed by Scott Fowl and Ron Lordy, who's got his black Mustang moving again tonight. Al Peltier out front, followed by Scott Fowl, Ron Lordy, and Gary Kimball. Halfway, 4 laps in, 4 to go. And a couple cars making contact on the back straightaway, but everybody holds it together. Tony Zappello drops to the infield. Al Peltier way out front at 816. Then it's Scott Fowl and Ron Lordy battling it out for that number 2 spot. Gary Kimball running in 4th. It'll be 2 laps to go this time by. Ron Lordy looking to the low side of Scott Fowl in turn number 1 and 2. Their battle continues for that number 2 position. This time by, they're going to be getting the white flag. That'll indicate 1 lap to go. And Al Peltier out front. Ron Lordy trying everything he can to challenge Scott Fowl for the number 2 position. They're heading for the checkered flag. And there's your winner, Al Peltier, followed by Scott Fowl, Ron Lordy, and Gary Kimball. So Al Peltier brings a new race car out and wins in this heat race. And winner of heat race number 3 in car number 816, Al Peltier. Al's got his helmet off so he can hear you.
Take care, all set. Jim, let's go.
Peltier quickly drops off the checkered flag, and the field expecting to get the green flag this time by. Ken Humphrey and Jim Hoole show the way. The green flag's out. Heat race number 4 underway. Ken Humphrey and Jim Hoole side by side in row number 1. Then it's John Fowl and Steve Hebert running 3rd and 4th. Steve Kioski and Gary Kimball also running side by side. Randy Kimball in car number 23. And a tightly bunched field goes through turns 1 and 2. John Fowl lost a few positions that time. Ken Humphrey still out front and showing the way around. Jim Hoole, Steve Hebert, and Steve Kioski all bunched up behind him. Your attention, please. Larry LeMay to your truck. Larry LeMay to your truck, please. Ken Humphrey out front in car number 70. Steve Hebert trying to move up past Jim Hoole for the number 2 spot. Steve Hebert up to the number 2 spot. Steve Kioski also fighting his way up. Look at the pack and 4 come off turn 4. Back into bumper-to-bumper racing. Now Steve Kioski moves to the inside of Steve Hebert on the back straightaway. Steve Kioski and Steve Hebert side by side for the number 2 spot. Ken Humphrey, your race leader, continuing in car number 70. And a spin out in turn number 4, and a car hits him. Car 19 hit him in the 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go as Jim Hoole's car sits down there in turn number 4. Car number 19 putting moisture on the high side, and he's going to stop it on the front straightaway. Overheating, the caution flag comes out. By Steve Kioski and Steve Hebert. 2 laps remain, and the green flag out once again. Steve Kioski moves to the outside and couldn't do anything there. Steve Hebert right behind him makes some contact, and Steve Kioski drops to the infield. He collects it and is going to get it going again. The white flag's out. We're on the final lap. Ken Humphrey out front, Steve Hebert running in second. Then it's John Fowl and Randy Kimball coming around. They're going to be taking the checkered flag, and the winner is going to be Ken Humphrey, followed by Steve Hebert, John Fowl, and Randy Kimball. And it sounds like Ken has some fans here tonight, so as he comes around to collect his checker flag, you want to make sure that you let him know that he won our 4th heat race for the Stroh Street Stocks. There he is in car number 70, Ken Humphrey. Ken's going to be getting his picture taken by track photographer Ron Leon. And I think Ken's going to get out of the car to have his picture taken. There he is out of the car. He can hear you. How about another round of applause for Ken Humphrey? The Stroh Mini Modified. George Deacock on the pole for this one. He won the feature event here last Saturday night. Mark Bott, Roger Blackstock, and Andy Farr all ready to go. They pick up the pace at turn number 4. Vince Zucker looks him over. The green flag's out. We're racing. George Deacock in the lead. Right alongside, though, Mark Bott. And Mark Bott tries to move up in the backside. It's Andy Farr and Roger Blackstock doing battle as well. They're still in their respective, practically starting positions. Here they come off turn number 4 in close action down the front straightaway. Mark Bott trying to challenge for the lead, and now Bott takes over the lead from George Deacock. Into turn number 3 and 4 they go, and now moving up to 3rd, moving into challenge for the number 2 spot is Andy Farr. Andy Farr challenging for the number 2 spot. Down the front straightaway they come. 2 laps in, 2 to go. We're halfway through the dash event. And the cars of George Deacock and Andy Farr touch, a little smoke, but they hold on to it, keep it going. Into turn number 3 and 4. Mark Bott in command. George Deacock running in second, followed by Andy Farr and Roger Blackstock. The white flag is out. We're on the last lap. If anybody's going to try to do any more passes, they're going to have to do it right now. Mark Bott pulled away from the rest of the pack. He's got a strong advantage right now. George Deacock running in second. Andy Farr moves in to try to challenge for the number 2 spot. They're in the 4th turn, heading for the checkered flag. And it's going to be Mark Bott, followed by George Deacock, Andy Farr, and Roger Blackstock. So the race of speed, the dash event for the Stroh's Limited Sportsman Division. It's their mid-season championship night tonight. Double points for the Stroh Limited Sportsman cars. And there he is, the winner in car number 70, Mark Bott. Well, we're expecting to get the green flag from Vince Zucker as he looks the field over in turn number 4. They're picking up the pace, the green flag's out, and we're racing again. Wild action through turns 1 and 2, and Jeff Metapetigan, the race leader. Here comes Dave Luke on the inside of Jim Brooks down the back straightaway in car number 35, and he's in an all-out battle for that number 2 spot. Jim Brooks and Dave Leduc side by side, battling for the number 2 spot. They come off turn number 4, and Jim Brooks holds on to the number 2 spot. Jeff Metapetigan, the leader in car number 78. Jim Brooks running in second. Then it's Dave Leduc, Ron Bjornson, Randy Shepard, Dennis Fetter down the back straightaway they go. Ron Bjornson trying to make a move on Dave Leduc in turn number 4. Back to the front straightaway they come. Jeff Metapetigan, the race leader, followed by Jim Brooks, Ron Bjornson, Dave Leduc, and Dennis Fetter. And Jim Brooks off the pace on the back straightaway and slows down on the inside groove. Probably going to be taking it to the pits. Halfway, 4 laps in, 4 to go. Jeff Metapetigan has the Nova hauling right now. Ron Bjornson up to second. Then it's Dave Leduc, Dennis Fetter, Randy Shepard, Joe Morissette, and Mark Riefert. Their leaders are in turn 4. A battle developing for the number 3 spot. And Dave Leduc looks like he's going to be dropping out of the race. Ron Bjornson starts to close in on Jeff Metapetigan down the back straightaway. Bjornson in car 24 moving into challenge. We're getting late in this one. This time by it'll be 2 laps to go. Bjornson moves right in on the bumper of Jeff Metapetigan. 2 laps to go. And Bjornson looks to the outside of Jeff Metapetigan in turn number 1. Can't find it there, but he stays right on the low side. He dives to the low side in turn number 2. Ron Bjornson challenging on the inside down the back straightaway. A lap and a half to go, and they're side by side. This time by they're going to be getting the white flag. That'll indicate just 1 lap to go, and a side-by-side battle going on for the lead as they come off turn number 4. Ron Bjornson takes over the lead. Jeff Metapetigan back to second, running in third. Dennis Fetter, followed by Randy Shepard, Joe Morissette, and Mark Riefert. We're on the final lap, heading for the checkered flag. Ron Bjornson shows the way. Car number 24. Ron Bjornson, the G&G Steel Irish Hut Chevrolet, shows the way. Jeff Metapetigan running in second. They're heading for the checkered flag, and it's going to be Ron Bjornson, followed by Jeff Metapetigan, Dennis Fetter, by Randy Shepard, Joe Morissette, and Mark Riefert. What an exciting race. This guy really put on a show for you. He took the lead with about a lap and a half to go. Driver of car number 24 from Mount Clemens. Here he is, Ron Bjornson. And Ron doing a fine job in that one. Running out this field in car number 12, the Budweiser Light Monte Carlo, driven by Roger Blackstock. The field expecting to get the green flag this time by as they anticipate the green flag. Starting to pick up the pace, keeping it all bunched up. And the green flag's on again. Paul Freeland leads the field into turn number 1. And Freeland in car number 6, the race leader. But Ed DeGroot right there in car 51. Right behind her comes John Neeson, car 101 on the low side of everybody. Roger Blackstock could have tried to follow him through, but ran out of straightaway, and they're in the corner. Paul Freeland, the race leader, but John Neeson on his way to the front. On the inside of Ed DeGroot as DeGroot drops back just a little bit. Roger Blackstock trying to take that 3rd spot away from Ed DeGroot, and he does. DeGroot back to 4th. Paul Freeland, the race leader in car number 6, followed by John Neeson, 101. Then Roger Blackstock in 12. Ed DeGroot in 51. And now Blackstock moves to the outside of Neeson, turns 3 and 4. Paul Freeland out front in car number 6. Side-by-side battle going on for that number 2 spot. Looks like Freeland slowed just a little bit, and John Neese takes over the lead down the back straightaway. Andy Farr alertly dropped to the low side, and he's going to pick up a couple of positions from that. John Neese, the new race leader, brings the field back to the front straightaway. John Neese followed by Paul Freeland. Andy Farr and Roger Blackstock battling side by side for the number 3 spot. And Farr trying to pick up a position, but Roger Blackstock stays right with him. Blackstock has his Monte Carlo running tonight. John Neese out front in 101 starts to pull away just a little bit. Paul Freeland running in second, but right there to challenge for the number 2 spot is Andy Farr. Here comes George Deacock. Andy Farr on the outside of Paul Freeland. Down the back straightaway they go in a battle for the number 2 spot. Farr pulls ahead as they get into turn number 3. If he can hold on to it, he'll hold on to position. And Paul Freeland fights right back. Down the front straightaway they come. 2 laps remain. Just 2 laps remain. And Andy Farr moves up to the number 2 spot. Paul Freeland back to 3rd. George Deacock in 4th. Meantime, the leader, car 101, John Neese, has an advantage. But now Andy Farr starts to close in turns 3 and 4. Farr closing. We've got 1 lap to go. Andy Farr closes the gap on John Neese even more. They're on the last lap. Maybe not time enough. We're going to find out as Farr picks up some ground in the corners. And now Farr closes in turn number 3. Farr closes in. But it might fall just a little bit short. They're back to the front straightaway, heading for the checkered flag. It's going to be John Neese, followed by Andy Farr, Paul Freeland, and George Deacock. An exciting race as Andy Farr really came on strong at the end. He started further back in the pack, and he pulls by John Neese, gives him a wave, says congratulations. Andy Farr finishing in the number 2 spot. George Deacock also right up there. And the winner of that one, an exciting race, car number 101 from Mal Clemens, driving the Dale's Auto Parts Mal Clemens transmission Pontiac. Car number 101 works his way down the front straightaway to pick up the checkered flag from Louis Bennett. And here he is, the winner of the heat race in car 101, John Neese. Your attention, please. Rick Fennell, call BJ. Rick Fennell, call BJ, please. Now the track all cleaned up, and we're ready to get underway with the race of speed, the dash for the 4 top qualifiers in the Stroh Powderpuff division. Starting to pick up the pace, and the green flag's out. Green flag's out, and Sharon Anderson takes the early lead, followed by Bonnie Randa, Judy Broder, and Kathy Tosto. Down the back straightaway they go. Bonnie Randa moving up, and so is Judy Broder for a battle for the number 2 spot. Randa and Broder side by side. Both of them could be challenging for the lead at any time. This time by it'll be 2 laps in, 2 to go. Moves to the outside. Randa on the outside of Sharon Anderson. They'll be getting the white flag next time by. We've got a side-by-side battle for the lead. This time by, they're going to be getting the white flag. That means 1 lap to go. Sharon Anderson and Bonnie Randa continue to race side-by-side for the lead. The next time by, the person with the fender out front first will be getting the checkered flag, and who's going to do it as they come around? They're still side by side. Anderson and Randa. Randa goes high, Anderson low, and it's going to be Sharon Anderson taking the win. Sharon stuck to the low side. Bonnie Randa opted to try the high side, and Sharon Anderson in car 81 gets the win in a good race. Here's the winner of the dash in car number 81 from Rochester, Sharon Anderson. Heat race number 1 for the Stroh Powderpuff division getting ready to come out.
A tough job is over, the day finally ends. I worked up a third.
Anticipating the green flag. Debbie DeSmith, the early race leader, followed by Connie Fowler and Paulette Escalani driving car number 13. Then it's Michelle Morissette working her way through turns 3 and 4. Debbie DeSmith and Connie Fowler down the back straightaway. Michelle Morissette up to third, followed by Paulette Escalani in car number 13. They worked their way down the front straightaway again. Debbie DeSmith still out front. Michelle Morissette trying to challenge for the number 2 spot as Connie Fowler in car number 8 holds on to it. Debbie DeSmith out front. Then it's Michelle Morissette, Paul Escalani, Connie Fowler. Halfway. Debbie DeSmith trying to hold off Michelle Morissette and Paulette Escalani. Two laps to go for your leader as she tries to hold off. The challenges of Michelle Morissette, Paulette Escalani right there too. The white flag's up. We've got a 3-car battle. A 3-car battle for the lead, but Debbie DeSmith out front at 73 pulls away just a little bit now. They're heading for the checkered flag. And here she comes to take it. Debbie DeSmith followed by Michelle Morissette, Paulette Escalani, and Dawn Tosto. And here comes the winner of that race, Debbie DeSmith. To the races that night. Getting ready to go with this heat race number 2 for the Stroh Powderpuff division. Joanne Bagnasco and Bev Seifert side by side show the way, and the green flag's out. We're racing. Bev Seifert on the outside and Joanne Bagnasco on the inside. Joanne takes the lead, followed by Donna Kimball in car number 23. Bev Seifert running in third. Shows the way, followed by Donna Kimball. Evelyn Kaiser driving 64 up to battle. Here comes Karen Kioski as well. Joanne Bagnasco shows the way at car number 59. Here comes Brenda Houle to challenge Donna Kimball for the number 2 spot. Karen Kioski right there as well, along with Evelyn Kaiser. to go. Joanne Bagnasco shows the way, but Donna Kimball's right there along with Brenda Hoole, Karen Kioski, Evelyn Kaiser, and Bev Seifert. And the cars all over the place coming off turn number 4. Donna Kimball takes out a part of the front straightaway fence, but keeps it going, and Joanne Bagnasco holds on to the lead. Karen Kioski running in second, Bev Seifert third. We could have a challenge for the lead as we head for the checkered flag. They're racing to the finish line. Who's it going to be as they come across the stripe? I'm going to have to consult the scores. We're going to wait for the judge's decision on that one. And the winner, driving car number 59, Joanne Bagnasco takes the win. Joanne Bagnasco, the winner, and car number 59 will take the checkered flag for that one. We haven't recognized him all evening this evening, but our infield reporter here tonight is Jerry Serafini. Jerry's down trackside, and she's going to get out of the car and have her picture taken. Don't get past. The field starts to pick up the pace, anticipating the green flag from Vince Zucker, and we're underway. Mark Riefert out front, and Ron Bjornsson goes underneath 2 cars, and Bjornsson takes over the lead. Dave LeDuc following him through. The 2 cars out of it already. And 101 also out of it. Here comes your race leader, Ron Bjornsson, in 24. Ron Bjornsson in the lead, followed by Dave LeDuc, Carl Schultz. A battle side by side between Paul Freeland and Ed DeGroot down the back straightaway. Then it's George Deacock and Roger Blackstock. And Carl Schultz moving up to challenge Dave LeDuc for the number 2 spot. Schultz and LeDuc side by side coming off turn number 2, and Dave LeDuc eliminated now by Carl Schultz. Ron Bjornsson continues to lead, followed by Carl Schultz, Paul Freeland, and Ed DeGroot, George Deacock. Ron Bjornsson still out front in car 24, followed by Carl Schultz in 44. Ed DeGroot looks to the low side of Paul Freeland going into turn 3. Couldn't do it there, but they stay right together. Back to the front straightaway. Close bumper-to-bumper racing. Anybody can challenge at any time, but I'm afraid they might lose position. They stay in line this time around. Carl Schultz closing on race leader Ron Bjornsson. Schultz drops to the low side down the front straightaway. Schultz challenging for the lead. Carl Schultz made a quick move to the low side, and he eliminates Ron Bjornsson. Bjornsson out of it. So Carl Schultz out front in 44. Paul Freeland running in second, followed by Ed DeGroot and George Deacock. Roger Blackstock also still in contention. Now Ed DeGroot moves to the low side of Paul Freeland for the number 2 spot in turn number 1. In turn number 2, George Deacock drops in as well. Now there are just 4 cars left. 4 cars left. Carl Schultz, Ed DeGroot, George Deacock, and Roger Blackstock. Bumper to bumper as Ed DeGroot looked to the low side of Carl Schultz. That time in turn 1 and 2. Couldn't do it there. Again, Ed DeGroot looks and tries to find a way around. Dives to the low side in turn number 4. Couldn't do it again. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. And they are bumper to bumper once again. Still anybody's race. But next time by, they're going to be getting the white flag. That'll indicate just one lap to go. And Carl Schultz trying to hold out. George Deacock looks to the low side of Ed DeGroot. Couldn't do it there. Deacock still trying to find a way around. The white flag's out. We've got one lap to go. Carl Schultz trying to hold off Ed DeGroot. And he does in turns 1 and 2. George Deacock running in third, fourth. Roger Blackstock. They're heading for the checkered flag. This time they're in the final set of turns. Carl Schultz trying to hold on to this one, but Ed DeGroot right there as they come down to the start-finish line. The checkered flag out. It's going to be Carl Schultz, followed by Ed DeGroot, George Deacock, and Roger Blackstock. Blackstock looking real strong tonight, finishing fourth in that. And here he comes to collect the checkered flag in car number 44, Carl Schultz. Mid-season championship night tonight for this division, and Carl currently running third in the point standings. Carl's a defending track champion. Steve Laurie starting in third. Starting in fourth is Luther Anderson. Sorry about that, Luther. Starting in fifth is car number 69. And the green flag's out. Ron Dupree out front in car number 48. And once again, when you're past, you're out. And car number 11 eliminated. Drops out of it. Ron Dupree continues to show the way. Car 69 also out of it. Ron Dupree out front. Steve Laurie trying to challenge Scott Farr for the number 2 spot. Luther Anderson running in fourth, followed by Bob Szymanski and Chuck Broder. To go for your leader, Ron Dupree, who's been out front all the way. A white flag out for Ron Dupree. Dupree shows the way. Scott Farr running in second, followed by Steve Laurie, Luther Anderson, Bob Szymanski, and Chuck Broder heading for the checkered flag in the pursuit race. Your winner is going to be 48, Ron Dupree, followed by Scott Farr, Steve Laurie, and Luther Anderson. "12 laps and Steve Russell, the early race leader, car number 02. Steve Pearl running in second at 2:03. Then it's Dave Dehem, Hank Stickney Jr. Down the front straightaway they come. Steve Russell out front of car number 02. Steve Pearl running in second in 203. Then it's Dave Deham's Hank Stickney Jr. and Scott Fow in car 33 on the bubble. Car 33 running fifth right now. He'll be the last car to make it into the feature event if he can hold on to the fifth spot. But Ron Charbonneau has other ideas. Ron trying to take that spot away from him. Russell out front, followed by Steve Pearl, Dave Deham, Hank Stickney Jr., and Scott Fow. And a couple cars make contact, but they are off the track. Steve Hebert sits over there on the asphalt and backs it up. Steve Russell continues to show the way. He's car number 02. Car 203 is Steve Pearl running in second. Then it's Dave Deham, Hank Stickney Jr., and Scott Fow. The top five have pulled away from the rest of the field. During last Saturday night show, Steve Russell finished sixth. He missed getting into the feature event by just one position in this event. Tonight he's leading. This time by, it'll be 2 laps to go for your race leader in car 02, Steve Russell. Steve Russell takes the white flag. They're on the last lap. Steve Pearl right there. They're coming on lap traffic. Steve Russell trying to hold on to the lead. Steve Pearl right behind him, then Hank Stickney Jr., followed by Scott Fow and Dave Deham coming around. The checkered flag's going to be out. Steve Pearl dives to the low side. They're on the last lap. The checkered flag's out. And we'll get the official decision from the judges as Randy Kimball spins it out in the fourth corner. And here comes your winner in car number 02, Steve Russell. Steve from Mount Clemens.
Paul, besides claiming the checkered flag, Steve Russell also gets a case of oil from our friends at ACO Hardware.
Okay, Jerry, if you'll stay right down there for just a minute. Steve Russell getting his picture taken and by track photographer Ron Leon. Steve won't be able to hear you because he's deaf, but if Jerry will tell you to tell Steve to look at the crowd here, we can all give him a big wave and tell him congratulations. And there goes Steve Russell in car 02 car, sponsored by Stroh's Beer in the big 00 main event. The ambulance back onto the infield now, so the troubles in the pits are taken care of. Dennis Fetter and Roger Blackstock been looking extremely strong tonight as we get ready to go with the 00 feature. 15 laps on the quarter mile, 15 laps on the half mile as they pick up the pace now. Dennis Fetter and Roger Blackstock set the pace. The green flag's out. We're racing in the feature event. Roger Blackstock, the early race leader in car number 12. Then it's Dennis Fetter, followed by Ron Bjornsson. The field down the back straightaway. Blackstock with a healthy lead right now. Onto the quarter mile they go with Roger Blackstock out front. The rest of the field tightly bunched. Roger Blackstock will lead the field off the quarter mile, back onto the half mile. The Sportsman double-O feature. Down the back straightaway, the half mile they go. Back down the front straightaway, heading for the quarter mile again. It looks like Jeff Menapetica's car up in the air. Dave Dobner holds on to it and gets it out of the way towards the infield in car 22. The caution flag comes out as Dave Dobner's car sits stalled. He got the car up in the air, and he's back down. The safety crew on the scene right now. Time for King of the Hill, a full field tonight in King of the Hill. But right now, back into the Sportsman main event. The green flag's out, and Roger Blackstock leads the field back to the green. Look at that battle going on behind Roger Blackstock. The cars all bunched up, and Ron Bjornsson takes over second from Dennis Vedder. Here comes George Deacock, Ed DeGroot in car number 51. George Deacock still back in the pack, trying to make a move on Mark Bach. Onto the quarter mile they go. Roger Blackstock got a little bit high, but held on to it, and here comes Ed DeGroot in car 51 up to second to challenge. My friends are my friends. Roger Blackstock having the best night of the summer here in car number 12 as he leads the field. Roger Blackstock way out front. Running in second is Ed DeGroot, followed by Ron Bjornsson, Carl Schultz, Andy Farr as they come back to the quarter mile track. Ed DeGroot closing in. Caution flag comes out as Jeff Menapetican 6 nets to the wall in turns 3 and 4. Getting ready to get the green flag to get back into the mid-season championship. The green flag's out. Roger Blackstock leads them around. Ed DeGroot waiting to make a move on Roger Blackstock. They're in turn number 3. Blackstock out front, trying to hold on to his lead. Ed DeGroot continues to challenge. Back to the quarter mile. Ed DeGroot looks to the low side of Roger Blackstock on the back straightaway, the quarter mile. They're coming back out to the half mile, and Roger Blackstock has held them up. Running in third is Carl Schultz, followed by Ron Bjornsson, Andy Farr, Dennis Vedder, George Deacock, and Mark Bach still back in the pack. Now Deacock starts to make a move on Vedder. Groot continuously challenging Roger Blackstock for the lead, but Blackstock continues to hold on. Ed DeGroot slows on the back straightaway, and 2 cars go by. Now Carl Schultz is up to the number 2 spot. Onto the quarter mile they go. It's Roger Blackstock, followed by Carl Schultz and Ron Bjornsson. As Ed DeGroot continues to fade, the caution flag comes out as Dave Downer is spun out in turns 3 and 4. Louis phone. Louis phone, please. And word is from baseball game. The Tigers won tonight, 7-6. Farr, George Deacock, Dennis Fetter, Mark Bott still back in the pack. We're getting ready for the restart in the mid-season championship feature. The green flag is out as we resume the racing. And the problems continue to plague Ed DeGroot, who continues to fade. Roger Blackstock, however, looking exceptional tonight. Trying to hold on to this one, but he's going to face defending track champion Carl Schultz in car 44. Carl Schultz in car 44 moving into challenge. Schultz coming right to the bumper. And we're halfway. Halfway through the mid-season championship event, and Carl Schultz is close to the back bumper. Roger Blackstock down the back straightaway. Schultz took a look on the low side. Couldn't find anything there. Roger Blackstock, the Monte Carlo, tries to hold up the Firebird of Carl Schultz. They go back to the quarter mile. Roger Blackstock, the Budweiser Light Monte Carlo in the lead, trying to hold off the Schultz Auto Salvage Kendall Oil Firebird of Carl Schultz. Ron Bjornsson running in third in the G&G car in the number 24. That is George Deacock, last week's feature winner. Mark Bott has worked his way up to the 5th position. We have a barn burner in the making again tonight. The cars come back to the quarter mile. Carl Schultz sets up to look to the outside of Roger Blackstock and couldn't do it. In the second half of the feature event, watch out for the traffic. Schultz looks to the outside of Blackstock in turns 3 and 4. Couldn't find it again, but here comes Schultz right on the outside of Blackstock now. He's going to try to stay side by side with them. And Schultz takes the lead in the back straightaway in the quarter mile. Blackstock makes his way right back, side by side down the front straightaway. Roger Blackstock and Carl Schultz racing side by side for the lead, and Schultz again on the back straightaway in the half mile takes the lead. Coming up on some slower cars, your leaders, Roger Blackstock and Carl Schultz. Carl Schultz runs the needle, Roger Blackstock up in the air in trouble, and Blackstock takes it to the infield as the car sits stalled. Ed DeGroot stalled. Carl Schultz threaded the needle through the traffic, and what a move. Carl Schultz showing his expertise, trying to follow him right through as Roger Blackstock, but the door closed by the time Blackstock was able to get there, and the resulting accident occurred. Dave Leduc in 35. We're going to find out as we get ready to resume the Sportsman Midseason Championship feature. The green flag is out. The green flag is out as the cars start to pick up the pace. And Carl Schultz shows the way. Now Ron Bjornson goes to the outside of Carl Schultz into turn number 1. George Deacock right there as well. And now Bjornson drops back just a little bit, and George Deacock, last week's feature event winner in second. Here comes Mark Bott in the 4th position, followed by Andy Farr and Paul Freeland. A bunch of cars all tied up for the lead, going back to the quarter mile. Carl Schultz out front, George Deacock running in second. Then it's Mark Bott and Ron Bjornson side by side for the 3rd spot. Back to the half mile. Now Mark Bott looks to the outside to make a move on George Deacock. Mark Bott pulls alongside George Deacock for the number 2 spot. It turns 3 and 4. They're side by side. Carl Schultz continues to lead. Back to the quarter mile they go. And George Deacock gets on the inside of Carl Schultz, and he couldn't do it there. Out to the half mile they come, and George Deacock goes to the low side. Carl Schultz leads, but he's got his hands full with Mark Bott and George Deacock challenging around the track. Now Mark Bott tries to make a move for the number 2 spot. What a battle we have shaping up as they go back to the quarter mile. Bott looks to the outside and couldn't find it. He stays even with George Deacock. Down the back straightaway of the quarter mile they go. This time by it'll be 2 laps to go. Two laps to go. Your leaders go down the back straightaway. Carl Schultz, George Deacock, Mark Bott, and Ron Bjornson. When they come off of the quarter mile next time through, they're going to be getting the white flag. Carl Schultz out front. This time by, they're going to be getting the white flag, indicating 1 lap to go. Can Carl Schultz hold on? Carl Schultz in the lead in car 44. Last week's feature winner, George Deacock in second. Then it's Mark Bott in 70, followed by Ron Bjornson in 24. Back to Dave Leduc, and then to Andy Farr. Here come your front 4. Coming out, they're heading for the checkered flag, and it's going to be Carl Schultz, George Deacock, Mark Bott, Ron Bjornson, followed by Dave Leduc and Andy Farr. Ladies and gentlemen, it was another exciting limited Sportsman feature event. Street stock features next, followed by King of the Hill. Here comes your winner in car number 44, the Schultz Auto Salvage Kendall Motor Oil Firebird. The winner, Carl Schultz. We're going trackside to Jerry Serafini. We'll be conducting the interview with Carl.
Thanks, Paul. Here he is, the winner of the Limited Sportsman feature, driving car number 44 from K-Pack, Carl Schultz. Carl, 36 points down in the standings going into tonight's race. You pick up the double points win. Be sure to move up in the standings. How's that make you feel?
Well, pretty good, but them guys are tough. Them guys in front of me.
Well, Ed DeGroot had the lead for a while, and then he had a little problems, and you forged into the lead, and you held off Mark Bott and George Deacock. Were they tough tonight?
Yes, sir. I heard them and seen them. I knew they were there.
Well, for your win, you get this beautiful trophy from Stroh's for the mid-season championship. There he is, Mount Clemens Racetrack fans, the winner, and just a second, he wants to talk to you.
I got to give my pit crew credit because when I qualified, the god-darn transmission went out. That's why I didn't run the heat. So my pit crew put a transmission in it, and I was able to run the feature. So I got to give the car builder, Lee Hands, one hell of a hand. My daughter, Laurie Schultz, Tom and Bob Henrik is my helpers, and they're the ones that made me win. Thank you.
Without their help, Carl Schultz would not have been able to win this feature race. The winner of the Limited Sportsman feature from K-Pack, driving car number 44, Carl Schultz. Back to you, Paul.
Thanks a lot, Jerry, and that's very sportsmanlike of Carl to make sure that everybody here knows that's a team effort, and he couldn't have had that win without the help of his pit crew. And then Bob Szymanski and 068 Chuck Broder. Then Tom Terzo and Luther Anderson, Steve Loria and Scott Farr. We're expecting to get the green flag this time by. Vince Zucker looks the field over. We're getting ready to take the green flag. And the green flag's up. The straight stock feature off and underway. And John Nye, the early race leader in car number 11, followed by Bob Szymanski and Chuck Broder. Up front, battling for the lead. Tom Terzo running in fourth. Caution flag comes out as Frank Midgley stuck on the back straightaway. And the field going to be getting. The white flag comes out. And the John Nye fans out in force tonight too. Getting ready to go back into racing here in the Stroh's Street Stock main event. John Nye, Bob Szymanski, Chuck Broder, Tom Terzo set the pace. They're expecting to get the green flag. Here they go. The green flag's out. We're racing again. John Nye in the lead, followed by Bob Szymanski, Chuck Broder, Tom Terzo. Then it's Steve Loria, Ron Dupree, and Dave DeSmith. John Nye continuing to set the pace. The front four all running under a blanket with John Nye out front. Now Nye pulls away just a little bit. Bob Szymanski running in second. That's Chuck Broder, Tom Terzo, Steve Loria, Dave DeSmith, and Ron Dupree. Szymanski running in second. Then it's Chuck Broder, Tom Terzo, Steve Gloria, David Smith, and Ron Dupree. John Nye continues to hold the lead, but it's a four-car battle. Tom Terzo takes a look on the high side of Chuck Broder. Tom Terzo in 67 moves up on Chuck Broder to the outside. Terzo and Broder side by side for the number 3 spot. Tom Terzo takes over the number 3 spot, but Chuck Broder comes right back. Terzo continues to move up on the outside groove. John Nye from Mount Clemens continues to lead, but Tom Terzo, now he moves up on the outside of Bob Szymanski. And drops back again. To go. A wild battle going on to the lead. We've got less than 2 laps to go. John Nye trying to do the holding off, trying to hold off Bob Szymanski, Tom Terzo, and Chuck Broder. This time, by the way, getting the white flags out. 1 lap to go. John Nye in the lead. Bob Szymanski, Tom Terzo, Chuck Broder, the front 4. They're racing back to the checkered flag. It's anybody's race. Vince Zucker waves the checkered flag. It's going to be John Nye taking the win. A spin out in turn number 2. And that's the way they finished with. Well, this guy, besides having the loudest fans here tonight, also let the race car doing the talking. So here he is, the winner, car number 11 from Mount Clemens, John Nye. And John's going to take the checkered flag, going to get interviewed by Jerry Serafini trackside. We have King of the Hill coming up next. There he is out of the car. We could talk to Jerry.
Here we go, Paul. The last winner for tonight. A long evening at Mount Clemens Racetrack, but a lot of fans here for John Nye, and they did not leave disappointed. John Nye came through with a feature win. John, your first feature win this year. How does that make you feel?
This is great. I mean, Thursday night was so close. This is it.
Look at that. You didn't disappoint all your fans. You picked up some points. It wasn't mid-season championship, but you picked up some points on the leaders, and you held off everybody else. Was everybody else running that well, or was your car just running good tonight?
Oh, it felt good. We fixed it this morning. We had wrecked it up pretty good Thursday.
So the car was running good. Everything was great. He didn't disappoint his fans. John Nye, the winner of the feature race here at Mount Clemens Racetrack tonight. That's all, Paul. Back to you.
All righty. Thanks a lot, Jerry. And we got a full field of getting ready to go. The ladies waving to you as they get ready to go their 17-lap mid-season championship event for the Stroh Powderpuff division. Ladies doing an excellent job out here every Thursday and Saturday night. Make sure you're here to see the action. The field of cars growing as the summer has progressed, and the feature event getting ready to go for the mid-season championship title. Corey Russell sets the pace in 02. The green flag's out, and we're racing again. And Bev Seifert spins it out at car 07 to get things started, but she collects it back together. Don Tosto and Corey Russell battling side by side for the number 1 spot. Now Don Tosto, the race leader, followed by Corey Russell. Michelle Morissette moving up the challenge for the number 2 spot. Michelle Morissette and car number 11 on the outside, and a spin out in turn number 3. 4 cars getting all tied up. Don Tosto shows the way, but Michelle Morissette right behind her. The main event for the mid-season championship title. Don Tosto out front, followed by Michelle Morissette, Judy Broder, Bonnie Randon, Corey Russell. Don Tosto trying to hold off Michelle Morissette, but Michelle right on her bumper coming off turn number 4. The battle for the lead continues. Don Tosto trying to hold off Michelle Morissette. Now Judy Broder moves to the outside of Michelle in turn number 4. Caution flag comes out. The caution flag comes out. The cars spun out over in turn number 3. Getting ready to get back into the main event. The green flag's out. Don Tosto leads Michelle Morissette and Judy Broder. Halfway this time by. Going to find out as they get ready to accelerate and get back into the mid-season championship feature event. The green flag's out. We're racing again, and Don Tosto continues to show the way. And Bev Seifert spins out at turn number 2 and gets it going again. And the battle continues for the lead. Down the back straightaway, and action down the back straightaway as 2 cars making contact. Bonnie Randa and Kathy Tosto make contact. Some wild action, and both those cars get going again. Looks like Bonnie's losing her front bumper. The restart of the main